Good day, friends, and welcome to episode 18 of the Seablock. Since I have made up my plans for the next few steps and I've accumulated a few resources, I felt like it's time to do the next episode. So I did a lot of thinking, because I do a lot of thinking on this island. There's not much more to do than thinking if you're out of resources. So I really realized while I was thinking and pondering and studying the charts that my energy production was it's really not satisfying me. Like, the moment I'll put up a new bigger project into my factory, it's going to explode again. So I felt like it's time to do a major step and just double the power amount. Yeah, let's double it, because there's no reason to be happy with just little amounts. Let's go for the bigger amounts. And I was already fiddling around with the new way of green algae production in the last episode, or the episode before, I don't know anymore. And I took a silent moment and calculated things a little bit through, and I felt like there we have it. This is the amount of green algae that's necessary to produce the 4.5 wood pellets per second, which are needed for our standard array here. So we're going to make one new facility which only will use 17 algae farms. The job 90 algae farms right now are doing will become compressed down to 17. I think I have a very crazy look in my eyes right now, but that's only the happiness coming up when I imagine how much of this island will get free again if we have managed to bring 2 arrays online with a new production. My plan was to set up a duplicate of my power production with a new way, and then disconnect the old one and restructure it just like the first one, so I'll have no problems with disconnecting the old power array because I have a brand new one. So that's going to be the plans. But these plans are all great and everything, but I realized I will need a quite big amount of resources. Like we're going to need a full array of generators and everything. That's 40-20. Right. So, I don't know. Right now I'm having, the resources for 19 boilers and, what a start. But I already realized we're lacking a few stones, actually, too. So, I already disconnected my array here, to save up iron plates. I really enjoyed what I did here when I when I used it during the AFK session between the last episode and this one, because it works out quite well with just disconnecting the stuff when I want to accumulate new resources, and connect it when I want to build logistical items for me automatically. It's really good. I would enjoy a steady flow of iron plates more, but one thing at a time. So, compared to the situation I started with, I'm actually insanely wealthy. So, let's not get this wrong here. So I'm picking up the stones I need, because I thought as much. That's 10, 20, 30, 40. No. We're only needing 20. My bad. We're needing 40 of these big boys. Each having so many iron plates in it, it's going to be disgusting. And another thing we have to keep in mind, I'm going to need a duplicate of the assembling array here as well. So all these assembling machines, we have to do them as well. This is going to be an amount of what? I don't even want to know. So, what up here? We're going to need 36. Well, okay, 36 of them. It's not as horrible as I thought. So one good news is the electrolyzers necessary here. Wait a sec, MK2? We're not using MK2. No, it's actually 22. Yeah, whatever. I had the MK2 models configured. My bad. Okay, so that's going to be it. But nevertheless, I already have 16 of 18, so that's already really good. The other thing I'm going to use here, let's adjust it as well. I'm going to have here another array which will actually produce a further source of brown algae. If I ever need a bigger amount, I can produce those manually. But compared to where we're now, I'm going to have what? Yes, I am talking a lot about this factory to accumulate resources. That's actually a thing here. So, here we go. Here we're producing 11.25 brown algae per second. We're going to cut that down to 3.4 per second for both arrays. If I would do two facilities like these, I would be producing 22.5 brown algae per second. Compared to 3.4, very efficient. And I actually need a few brown algae, like for the wood production, we need the alginic acid and stuff. So I didn't want to kick out the recipe completely out of my production cycle, because I didn't think that would be a healthy decision, because it would only end up in some other space where I'm manually producing brown algae. Can rather use the side product here. So I'm really having a lot of land space available. That's why it was the moment when I realized I could start a new episode, because we're going to draw out some land lines here. Meanwhile, I'm saving up the resources. I'm going to invest into the assembling machines now. We're going to need 36 of these big boys. Oh man. So let's go for 20 first. We have to start somewhere, right? So I think I wanted to start with the new power plant, and I had a very uncreative solution in mind. Oh boy, there's a first worm over there. I wanted to just continue this array, but maybe reverse feed it, I don't know. But I'm just going to pack up the next set of boilers and generators next to that. I already went into the possibilities of going for tier 2 boilers and stuff, but I forgot that one, or no, I discarded that one when I realized the amounts of steel I would need to bring up full arrays. I'm far away from being able to sustain such heavy costs by this puny production I'm having here right now. So it's about time to... Am I conflicting these guys? I don't think so. I hope so. Okay. So I think I'm going to leave it at this amount here and expand it as necessary. No! Okay. Let's fill up the blank spots here. There we go. Oh, let's complete it anyways. I don't mind my floor area being a little bit intermixed. That's okay. There we go. So, weirdly enough, this pump is still working. Water well pump. Former offshore pump? Wait a sec. Are you kidding me? I have to check this. Seriously? I didn't realize that. So, this thing got renamed the moment I cut it off from all other water sources into a water well pump. And now this one is an offshore pump. Okay. Nothing special, but honestly, I didn't expect that the game to be that smart. I expected it to be a bug or something like that, but no. Well, it's a little bit too obvious to be for a bug to be not fixed or, well, worked over like this. Love it. Okay, so we're now having 22 of these boys. Let's expand that to 27 and grab up more land tiles. So the next question will be, where's going to be the wood pellet production happening? Because I'm going to need a completely new facility for all this. And honestly, all this is a lot. So I went for clusters of 10, right? I went for clusters of 10 to 6. That's what I did here. So we're going to have another, what? 10 to 6 per cluster. And I have 2.5 clusters per block. So we would do 5 clusters overall for both of them. 5 clusters with 16 each, making 80 assemblers. Okay. I wish I could realistically swap over to more efficient ones, but we're far away from that. So I have to do the hefty way. Holy. So right now we're already having 36 of these installed, so that's not that horrible. But I'll need a spot where I'm going to let the other guys live, and I need a spot where I'm going to build up the new LJ farms as well. So 22 LJ farms. Well, one of these blocks was 20, right? No, 18 actually. So yeah, we're going to need not as much space as before, so yeah, well, I'm considering something like this here. Honestly, this looks like a smart idea to me, because we're going to possibly be able to do it like that. Yeah, why not? But this is way more land than I actually have in my pocket right now. But this is going to be the spot where the LJ will be produced. So I have to say I think this episode will I'll cut this episode a lot earlier than I'll usually do. But this is such a huge undertaking that I wanted to share the planning process in an episode as well, because I'm really looking forward to this. This is one of the bigger arrays to build in one go, and I'm already asking myself how many things will actually go south during the process of building that. But we're going to see. So I want them turned like that, and I think we're going to be able... Oh gosh, we need more space. No. Look at that. We're going to need at least one more line to put down the pipework. So I thought I had a little bit of resources in my pocket. Ha! Wrong. So the most tragic part about all this would be that I already have all the LJ farms I need for the second array if I would only be able to reproduce it and replace it. But since I'm not only needing room for the LJ farms for this production cycle, I'm also needing room for the LJ farms for the carbon dioxide production cycle, which will be 14 as well. So we're going to need 36 of these muchachos as well. So that's going to be 2 of these blocks. Actually, this we're going to need this. This is 36. So the expansion in this direction is rather puny as well. I'm pretty sure now that I'm considering that I need double the amount. I'm going to plan a little bit more here. So, more land. We need more land. Oh, gosh. And I'll also need a spot where I'm going to put down the assemblers as well. So I think I'm going to be AFK grinding a little bit between this and the next episode, because the land masses are quite limiting me the most. But at the same time, I'm having a bigger production than ever, and maybe I'm going to set up a new sand production facility down here as well, because when we look at this is quite small, efficient, and I have a certain power buffer available, and I need more land units. Because honestly, I need land for the assembler, the assembling machines. I need land for the LJ farms. Okay, at least I had enough land for the steam engines, but I tell you guys, after that we're going to need more land for something else. So, yeah, let's do that. I only need an ore crusher and another assembly machine, so I'm not even taking too many resources here. But I'll need a few more. I don't even know if the stuff I'm doing down there is actually smart or what. Oh, well. Now I have to calculate a little bit. I mean, I'm waiting for resources anyway, so who cares, right? I'm going to check here. There we go. This is the thing, right? Right. So we're here in a deficit of I don't know how much. So this ore crusher could what? Crush 0.75 more units of slag per second, or no, per machine. So, there we have it. So the, now I'm confused. So how much slag do these guys produce? 1 per second. And, this thing could, okay, no. I don't know. Sometimes, the readouts can confuse me. So basically I have the capacity of adding 2 more electrolyzers to this before exhausting the maximum capacity of this one ore crusher. The other question though is okay, this this works out quite well. So we could get an input of 10 of them per second, so no problem at all. Wonderful. Okay. So now I'm investing land to get more land, and this is one of the smarter ways of investment, because it's going to get me quicker to my goals in the long run. There we go. So obviously 1 square is enough. Oh no, I was afraid that might happen. So let's check it out. Now, so, but there is actually a solution. I mean, there's always a solution, but this one seems to be quite simple to me. I'm going to no, this. I'm going to let that belt roll past that, so I'm just diverting it like this. That's not absolutely no downside for this facility, so There we go. So there's the water. And how was this? I had the whites on the long and the reds on the short. Okay. There we go. Alright. Only thing we're now missing is that and power. Whoops. Alright. As a safety precaution, I'm going to use the long-handed inserters here because they're just quicker. Just in case they are getting stressed out by the new input. Alright. So this will make this little situation a little more efficient, but I want another one of those. So since I'm having enough electrolyzers, I'm just going to do that. So, I should be able to reach those flare stacks up here as well somehow. Let's try. Because I'm really tired of gathering my land space so slowly. I am honestly surprised that I have the urge to build another one of those before I build other things, but it is clearly visible to me that we're facing a huge amount of need of land if we want to finish this run, so let's rather increase the production right away. So, where did that water come from? So from up there. This originates from this pump up there, so let's check out how much water do they use per second right now. They're having an input of 460. So, these guys are using 150. I mean, I built an offshore pump, just a moment ago, so what the heck, you know. I really like to have water sources a little bit everywhere in this mod, because I realized that it's kind of handy, honestly. In this mod, it's kind of handy to have a water source pretty much everywhere, because Seablock really makes use of the water resource a lot, obviously. So, that's that. Yeah, well. There would be a quite easy way to do this. There we go. Okay. So, I'll need a few belts. Alright. I stopped researching for the moment because, honestly, with this mod, it's even worse than ever before. When I researched too much up ahead, I confuse myself terribly. Because there's so much stuff in Seablock. Like, let alone the stuff in the red science seems to me like the whole content of the vanilla game and maybe a little bit more. I didn't start counting because I was afraid I would be right. So, yeah, that's that. That's now 34, 36, 37, and I'll need an ore crusher, right? Right. So there we go. Also, I'm having not enough space for the pipe works, so... well, whatever. I'm going to use separate flare stacks here. It's a little bit, unnecessary to use another array of flare stacks, but what the heck. Laying pipings all the way up there over this little array here. Well, at the end, it also takes up resources. I mean, I'm not getting any of these pipe-to-ground things for free. So, well, maybe it's actually arguable what's really better. But I'm not in the mood to argue, actually. I just want to build this thing. And use the flare stacks I have available anyways. If I would be needing to build the flare stacks, I would be considering using what I already have. Oh, whoops. So there we go. After all, this the pipe to ground business will be will need another service round because I'm already using up a lot of these things here again. But well, so let's just do it like this. Power them up. Set up on some inserters here. Oh my goodness. Well, we have to do it like that. And of course, the inserters will need power as well. Alright. Next up is the ore crusher. And then the facility here. Oh well. We already know how this will end. Let's copy the settings here. And crush stone, make sand. There we go. And all conforms with my energy production. Wonderful. Yes. So I should be able to do a lot more now. Oh, and also that's not enough input space. Oh well. I mean, I consider overproduction a good sign, so... Yeah, so looks like 5 inserters would be the least we need, so... Let's expand that right away here as well. Are you kidding me? Okay. So, 2 more red inserters it is. If it's then not enough, then so be it. Oh. Actually, this one is better. Okay. So 6 inserters. Let's check it out if they are able to keep up. But honestly, it looks a little bit to me like the 6 inserters are actually losing the fight. This mod, I mean, come on. I should definitely install the loader mod. So yeah, obviously they're not cutting it. So, well, as soon as I have the fast inserters, these problems will be gone. But until then, I'll just accept that I have electrolyzers for free running or such. I don't know. I mean, the other thing I could do would just be setting up another crusher. Maybe I'm going to do that. Maybe not. Ah well. Right now I don't care enough about the fact that this is not fully efficient. Let's see how long I can keep up that mentality. I know that I have a weakness towards that. Okay, so having a few units of land available. I'm having the assemblers. Next up will be the algae farms. Okay, so the plan for me would be to rejoin once I have all the stuff produced in my pocket I'm going to need for the facility. I don't think I want to start I don't think I want to drop down the necessary land off camera, because I feel like this is a very exciting development step which I want to record as well. But from here on, I'm really forced again to grind it up and collect tons and tons of landfill materials. And oh well, those algae farms won't be coming for free as well. I mean, it's a little bit sad because I have all the algae farm I would need to set up the array, but if I would take from the algae farms I'm already having here, I would cripple my energy production, and the factory would die, basically. That's just what would happen. The factory would die. So we can't do that either. Now then, going to need here another 8 assemblers as well. So we're going to need what? It's mineral water part. There. So this thing here was 36 assemblers. Okay. So we have the assemblers for this one. Now we need assemblers for this one, and this would be 8 more. Okay. I double checked it because I don't want to misproduce if I can avoid it. Because every plate matters, basically. Man, it's I didn't expect to become like this. If you get me. So I'm having the boilers already, which is good, so I can mark down the spots where I want to build. But oh man, those steam engines will be a quite hefty thing to build. So I'm going to pick up 2 stacks of bricks because I feel like the LJ farms will be the next step for me. So we're going to need 14 for this step, and 22 for this step, making up 36 in overall. So I'm needing 33 more. Well, let's get going, shall we? Alright. So friends, I'm going to cut this episode here, I think, because now everything has been said. I'm going to drop down a few boilers while I'm start to roll out the outro. I'm really looking forward to get the next steps done, because it really sounds super exciting to imagine this whole factory with double the amount of energy available. I mean, wow, just wow. I'm honestly also considering to triple it at some point, but well, I don't know if this is actually feasible or not. Ah, dang it, the water is so complicated. Okay. Let's do it like this. So the power died because I cut down the water supply, but don't worry, everything will be fine. Everything will be getting back to normal. So I'm going to put it down like this. There we go. Now we have water again. Oh, no. Come on, don't be like this to me. Dear game. Okay. I'm going to replace it one last time. I just realized that I tricked myself again. But now it'll work. Because, of course, I'll need the room for the other boilers here, so I'm going to leave a little bit of room here, so the blank space between each of them is not really necessary. It's just something, I don't know, I like to do. I like to weave patterns in things. I don't know why I'm like that, but I am like that, and I enjoy building my stuff like that. Inefficient but beautiful. Alright. There we go. So this would be the fundament of the new array. The only thing missing are 40 steam engines. Well, nothing much to talk about, only let me quickly count 1,240 iron plates. I don't know how long this will take, but oh well. For now, it'll have to suffice, because to increase my my metal production in a substantial way, I'll definitely need more power. I'm not going to be able to do that with the power now. But hey, I wanted to cut this episode. Why didn't I do that? Because I got distracted again. Be that as it may, drop down a comment down below if you want to tell me anything. If you have any thoughts on your mind to this series, feel free to tell me about it. I would also appreciate some sort of, any sort of support, be that a like, a share, or even a subscription to my channel. And of course, I don't mind if you don't. Just keep watching, that's the most important part for me. And I'll hope you come back again when I will be turning this thing online. I'll be recording the next episode as soon as I have a lot of land available and all the items pre-produced, which I'll need to set up the new power facility. I think then the cards will come together good enough to start building. I don't think that I'll be able to build the whole thing in one episode anyways, but maybe I will. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.